What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well out there. Just getting things caught up here. Just about a minute or so away from Raw. There goes the cat. All right, Monday Night Raw. Here we go. What's going on, Craig? Good to have you in the chat. Doing this off of YouTube today, not off of StreamYard. Having some issues with StreamYard. Haven't been able to get it to cooperate with maintaining the stream. So we're going to try the actual site, and hopefully that fixes everything. Raw tonight, we got some. They already talked about it before they came on. Dominic Mysterio, who is quite possibly the most lucky man on the face of God's green earth. So I want to welcome everybody in. If you are new, please take a second to give the stream a like, comment. Sharing is always caring and very much appreciated over here. So please do share the stream with your friends, your family, somebody you love, somebody you hate. Just share the stream. We're trying to grow over here and appreciate all the support. Before we get too deep into Monday Night Raw, just wanted to take a minute to let everybody know that tomorrow at 10 a.m., we're going to be dropping our interview, our podcast with former WWE star Mandy Sachs, formerly known as Mandy Rose. Super excited to finally get that up and going here on the podcast. Very, very fortunate and thankful to have Mandy as a guest. So next 3 hours, hopefully we got something good planned for Raw. Raw is always the hardest one to stream. I wonder if they're going to kick Raw off with either Liv or Dom. So I think we get Judgment Day to start off the show. Say the only downside to doing this off of YouTube versus StreamYard, can't really drop the graphics in here as I would like when I'm talking about something. Again, yeah, just the issues with StreamYard recently. I'm hoping they get it fixed. I did not know Twitter X owned StreamYard. I found that out when I got the 404 message when it dropped the stream the last time. But on the other big news, Becky Lynch is a free agent for the first time since 2013. We did drop a video on that. Colin and I did drop that this morning. Definitely check that out. We give our takes on Becky Lynch's decision, what it might be, what we could see going forward with Becky. Colin's response was pretty surprising. I am wondering how long Liv's title reign is going to last. And here we go. Liv with a lip lock on Dominic. At some point, yep, here comes the cat. Oh, Liv's going to kick off Raw. I really love the story. I love everything. Everybody say hi to Bob. I love everything they've been doing with Liv. The Revenge Tour, I thought was what's going on, Keaton? Are you talking to me or the cat? Oh, Bob. Okay, thanks, Keaton. But I really enjoy where we're going with Liv. This whole Revenge Tour, kind of literally taking everything away from Rhea Ripley, everything she has. Time out of her career, her championship. Well, yeah, she did cost her the title, and most recently Dominic Mysterio. I wonder if they're going to push it and have Liv have any interaction with like trying to be in Judgment Day. I don't know how far down this rabbit hole they're going to go with this Revenge Tour. Going to be a good match when she comes back finally. And then up next would be Dominic. She's got a lot of great heat. I really hope they do go the Liv is going to play Dominic this entire time. She's waving at Dom. I love this. He looks more like Eddie with each week. This heat. I love it. God, they're letting him have it. That man ain't gonna be able to talk. I really want to experience this thing with Dom live. I really do. I want to see like if this is truly not piped in. The direct approach. If this gets Dominic cheered, They're just booing Finn because he interrupted it. I could just hear Mike somewhere saying, this is too good for him. Oh, Keaton, I wish I could highlight that comment. That whole she wants to be Harley Quinn so bad. No, Dom's father, again, in crucial moments of Dom's life, is nowhere to be found. Eddie would have been there if he could. I can't wait for Rhea to get back. This is going to be phenomenal. This is going to be great. I'll be honest, I legitimately forgot Sheamus was back. I do like how they've got well, Sheamus has got the mic here. Ludwig's single push, I'm here for. I've been wanting that a Montez Ford single push for a while. I really don't know if they're gonna like throw a third person back into Imperium, or kind of just start to let him drift. Gunther really should be now in the main event picture. Here comes Sheamus. I'm telling you, young Randy Orton. That is 100% Kaiser. Young, early evolution Randy Orton. Kaiser has such potential. Legitimately, Kaiser could be in the next like maybe 4 or 5 years. Kaiser 100% could be a huge, huge single star. Kenny Dykstra appearance. That was a nice little cameo back there. So with this TNA and WWE partnership, whatever you want to call this. I really don't know what this is at this time. If it's a partnership, talent exchange. Keaton, he broke up the darn fight with Spirit. I see what you did there. It is being reported by more and more sources. More and more people are reporting that on TNA, their upcoming pay-per-view, which the name escapes me at the moment, that someone for a WWE contracted wrestler is going to be on the pay-per-view. Who that is, I don't know. Again, surely they're not going to put on a you're not going to get a main roster person. This is probably staying within NXT for the time being. Probably Roxanne is most likely to show up. They could, I mean, you could play the safe bet and go Jinder Mahal was just announced for WrestleCade. WrestleCade also said things are hearing. I'm assuming you mean heating up. I will be the first to tell you. We have a prior commitment November 30th. I can't go into too much detail. We will not be at WrestleCade as much as we would love to. Tracy is an amazing person, and one of these years we are going to get down to WrestleCade. Unfortunately, it will not be this year, but from what I have seen so far, I'm already very excited about those who are able to go. It's going to be a great time. You have both Hardys, both Dudley boys. Here comes the cat again. Dennis Rodman's going to be there. So it should be an awesome time for all fans that make it out to WrestleCade. Put your tail down. And now Jinder Mahal just recently added to WrestleCade. I think our next, outside of our show in June, our charity show with Shane Douglas, Sandman, Francine, Bill Alfonso. We don't really have anything coming up until, well, I can't really say the date yet, but we do have something coming up later in the year. I can't go into too much detail at this time. But I do think I will say this on this NXT WWE TNA deal. If they can work it out, if you could get the ego set aside, I would like to see a TNA invasion angle with WWE. I think that would be super cool. They botched it with the WCW one. There were contract issues. There was a lot of things that went wrong. But I think they've got the pieces. A lot of big name TNA men and women are on the WWE roster right now. Dan, what's going on, brother? We got a lot of cool stuff coming up, Dan and I do, for the podcast. We just can't release anything at this time, but we got a lot of stuff coming up. There will be some busy boys coming up. I never really realized how long his tail is until he's hitting me with it. How busy you boys going to be? Well, we got a few states we're going to be going to for signings and other appearances. We've got the charity show coming up in June for muscular dystrophy and juvenile diabetes, our benefit show for them. We are going to WrestleCon. We're not bringing any talent. They are pretty restrictive on space, and they have pretty much who you see is about 90% of who's coming. They have a couple people they haven't announced, but for the most part, it's a done deal. But we got some other stuff coming up again, like stuff I really can't get into because we don't have the dates locked in, and I'm not really big on giving out stuff unless I have something concrete to give people. Taz is the go. I love Taz. I loved it. If it would have been possible to have Taz a part of the charity show in June, with it being ECW themed, would have loved it. Absolutely loved it. But just again, quick reminder, we've got some more people popping in here. If you are new, please do leave a like, throw some comments in here, share the stream. Sharing is caring. And subscribe if you've not already subscribed. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I mentioned it earlier. I'm going to mention it a few more times throughout the episode, the stream. Tomorrow, we are releasing our podcast that we did with Mandy Rose, Mandy Sachs. That's going to be released tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. So definitely check out that. And we've got our interview with Joel Gertner up. We have our interview with Chris Van Vliet up. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We can say tomorrow is Mandy Rose interview dropping tomorrow. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I am super excited. There's a lot of, I will say this. In that interview with Mandy, there's a lot of stuff she has never spoke on yet. One big thing that I'll just, a little tidbit here, is some guilt that she holds on to from leaving WWE in the manner that she did and what it did to Toxic Attraction, Gigi, and JC. It's, I won't go into too much detail, but there's a lot of good stuff Mandy opens up for the first time about. It's so weird, like doing these streams, like eating dinner so early. I am sipping on water. I gave up the coffee out of my Dragon Ball Z, my shiny Dragon Ball Z mug here. What about Taz? No Brock Lesnar, no ECW. Taz was the first person to beat Kurt Angle, submitted him at the Royal Rumble. Taz is the only professional wrestler to have his own belt in 3 organizations. I did not know about the own his own belt in 3 different organizations. Yeah, I remember the thing about Kurt and Taz. Oh, you like that cup, Keaton? This was Hot Topic, I think. $14. FTW belt. Yep. Like I said, I love Taz. It's a shame he doesn't do a lot of signings. He is very, very hard to get out and do anything. Yeah, I think a lot of Taz. I think he's a great wrestler. He's definitely one of my favorites from ECW. Just getting caught up here on some of these comments. So does anybody know, like, when WWE when they go to Netflix, right? This isn't going to be commercial free, right? Have they said anything about how commercials will be handled during Monday Night Raw? Because I have a hard time believing WWE is going to go completely commercial free for Raw. If the Taco Bell here did not completely suck, I would be more of a Taco Bell fan. So they said what the main event is for tonight. Does anybody know for Raw? Here comes the cat back in. So I know tomorrow we're going to be aiming to do a top 5 stream. I believe tomorrow evening, Chase, Mike, and I were going to be doing a stream of top 5 greatest promos, or if it's either, I got to check the text conversation, but pretty sure it's top 5 promos or top 5 talkers. Big top 5 coming at you. Yes, sir. I want to see like another. I want one more Sheamus and Gunther match. Any worm sightings on Raw tonight? Not yet. No worm sightings. Though I did earlier today, I did buy some Singapore canes for the signing with Sandman coming up. Dear God, are those expensive? I did not think they were going to be that expensive. We are going to be selling a signed kendo stick, Singapore cane, whatever you want to call it. Will be signed by Shane Douglas, Francine, Sandman, and Bill Alfonso. So if you are at the charity show on June 29th, we will have that for sale. There is only one. It will be the only one that we have that they are all signing. I always like seeing Mr. Big Business in the chat, though. Especially with the jokes. The jokes are amazing. Bubba Ray Dudley, one of the best talkers of all time, and people always forget that. Yeah, Bubba's really good. Bubba is very good as a talker. Is there any promos better than the NWO formation promo and Steiner Math? I don't know if anything's going to top the Steiner Math promo. That might be the greatest promo for all of the wrong reasons of all time. I think the Hard Times promo by Dusty Rhodes was really good. Like that was really top. I mean, a lot of people probably look at the pipe bomb and they put that in there as well. Sheamus's chest, dear God. They are really elevating Ludwig here. I love it. Keep it coming. Dear Lord. Old school ECW spot almost started riots. Bubba Ray knows what he's doing. Yeah, Bubba, he was really good at manipulating a crowd. He could get them to feel whatever type of way he wanted them to feel. Oh, Jesus. God almighty, that had to hurt. I'd rather take the chop. Not a fan of knees to the face. Dear. Woo! Woo! Anything in the face region. Not a fan. I thought Sheamus tripped. Well, that's going to end horribly. If you were Dom Mysterio, who do you pick, Mommy or Liv? That's a very good question. Personally, I don't think you go wrong with either one. That's just my take. But I don't know. I something about Rhea. I mean, I'm a huge fan of tattoos, so I think Rhea for me. Mike, I hear you got a jaw story. Yeah. Had my jaw broken a wrestling match before. Would not recommend. 8 weeks of soup and milkshakes. Dan, both. Keen, you know about you were there when it happened. It was that tag team match I had in Lafayette where Jamie hit that running knee and broke 5 spots in my jaw. Oh, QR code. That should be the final QR code we get. Oh, they scared the cat. That should be the final QR code we get before their arrival, right? No, 17. We should have one more. I'm giving her space. That's code for she won't answer my phone calls. Oh God, I forgot Ray's on Raw again. Where's the belt? Interesting. I will say that I noticed this when we were streaming SmackDown. Chelsea's entrance just is not the same with Samantha Irving not doing the intro. Did he have that belt? I guess I completely spaced it. I don't know. Like I did not notice the belt. But again, guys, for those coming in that are new, please take a brief second to give the stream a like. Leave a comment if you're new or if you're still watching and want to talk about anything that's going on. Please do so. Definitely subscribe's big. We are trying to reach 2,000 subscribers, hopefully before the end of the year. We're not too far away. It's still very doable to reach. Still plenty of time. Heel AJ? Oh, yes. So I don't know. I think we might have talked about it in the chat, our private podcast chat. But Cody Rhodes and John Cena have the same damn lineup of events going on right now. There was a meme going around where they lined everything up. Especially the comparison between AJ Styles retiring and jumping Cody to Mark Henry retiring and jumping John Cena. There's a lot of similarities between the two. Bloodline mid right now. They're just introducing the new characters, and it's going to feel slow, unfortunately, because they got to flesh out all of these brand new members and make them feel important. Especially since they just skipped them right through NXT and they never really had any type of introduction to the WWE audience. I can't imagine we're too far off from a Roman return. I mean, the closer we get to SummerSlam, like for sure Roman should be getting close. But that pop, when that music hits and the Tribal Chief returns. Mike, I think Roman returns in August. SummerSlam's what Dan and I just talked about this. SummerSlam is the 3rd. So if he showed up either the Friday before or the day of, Dan says August 3rd. Yep. I very much hope Roman Reigns is at SummerSlam. I truly do. Dan and I will be at SummerSlam. Chase will be as well. Because Dan and I are hitting up WrestleCon. And then they announced SummerSlam is what in Minnesota next year. Was that right? Can anybody confirm that? Even though Cleveland sucks, yeah. Oh man, Tennessee, Michigan, really any other city but Cleveland. That. You just feel the disappointment when you come off the interstate. Minneapolis 2025, says Mike. Thank you. I think I'm going to go to that one too. I think. Minnesota, yes, 2 nights for it. Yeah, Dan, while you're in here, remind me, we need to talk about that particular date with someone. So Fanatics, damn, Fitterman must have lost all of them, even Hogan. Well, there's somebody else's contract is up soon. Which day we have a ton of the Minnesota date, whenever they announce it in 2025. Given the location, there's something I think we should inquire about. Fitterman probably booked his guests. I think Fitterman's down to. He lost all the active WWE people. I think he's down to Hogan and Flair for people that he can book outside of like Tyson and some of the other like NFL, MLB stars, legends. It's the only thing I really. That's my only criticism right now of WWE is like I hate their promo packaging. He had Taker. I'm not sure who if he has Taker or not. I don't know who has the rights to book the Undertaker. Keen, why so many promos while they're all in the ring? Holy crap! Yep, that's one of the things that's been weird. It's one of the small critiques. Mike, I think we should do a TNA video sometime this week. I 100% agree. You made some very interesting information available in the chat that I think would lead to a very good video. Dan, he booked Taker back in August 2022. Was that the Indianapolis date? Like when Taker was here? Was that date? JD almost timed that perfect. I do love Judgment Day's theme song. That was C2E2 back in 22. He had him at C2E2? Oh, no, you're right. You're right. I remember now. They held in August that year. Yep. They're really just auctioning off everything Triple H did. The water, the pedigree. Dan, I had Scott Steiner that show. Really? Was that with Kingston? Dude, Kingston's been doing some big stuff, having the little powwow down at Hogan's hangout with Hulk and with Jimmy, and he had something with Rhea Ripley not too long ago, if I remember right. Michael Kingston's really been going everywhere. Great dude, though. Phenomenal person. If you guys are into comics, I would 100% check out Kingston Comics. His Instagram page, Facebook, one of the absolute best artists and really good storyteller. A lot of good comics on there. Al Snow and him have been doing some stuff. Jerry Lawler. I love all of his work. Kinks has a huge project I'll tell you about. I'm looking forward to hearing about this. Headlock Comics is Kingston's comic. The cat keeps jumping down, getting a drink of water, and then coming back up here. That has been Bob's routine the last half hour. Hasn't it, buddy? Oh, those dives, man, those are always scary. Goodness, great. Oh my, look at this. Like, I thought he was going to spike himself. Have they given a return date for when Rhea's coming back yet? Like, is she possibly going to be back by SummerSlam? Sorry, I had to send a text to Shane. I love watching hair loss commercials. Keaton, WEH. What are you trying to say, Keaton? Dan, I hope by SummerSlam I love Liv as a person, underdog, but not a very good champ. Yeah, like her moveset. So like Liv's moveset is so I don't want to say clunky, but there's something off with Liv's moveset. I don't know what it is. I love Oblivion. That's a great finisher. I love that. It's unique. It looks awesome. You can hit it on anybody. All the big marks of a perfect finisher. But the rest of it, like, I don't know, it's just something's off. But I will say, like, the heel Liv is really good. I like heel Liv better than babyface Liv. I have reversed the audio from the QR code. Mike, what do you got? What do you got with that? Definitely drop that in the chat, because I am very curious to see what that is. We're never gonna have another Rey. Never, never, never. Rey Mysterio was one of one. I remember when Sin Cara was heavily rumored to be the best since Rey Mysterio, and just it never panned. Which is unfortunate, because I was a fan of Sin Cara. I thought it was a big power bomb. It says "See you tonight." That's what the QR code said. That. Boy, I hope so. That'd be sick. So if they're showing up tonight, we have not seen Jey Uso yet. I kind of think that's going to be the first feud with Wyatt 6 is going to be Jey Uso. Damn, that super kick. Coup de grace. Well, Ray will come out here soon. I guess that's the other thing. Do you think Braun will have any type of involvement with Wyatt 6? Well, that's a sentence I never thought would come out of Michael Cole's mouth. I'm still getting used to seeing that. Jordan Grace. So in the chat, how do you think that match is going to end? Do you think they play it safe and we get like some double DQ BS, or are they going to go full crazy and let Jordan get a win? Like a clean win? Keaton, I love you. Curry Man? Oh, that'd be sick. It's too, like, Cardona got hurt at the worst possible time. Like, I get it, he could still show up, but I know Steph DeLander's down there. Oh, Curry Man will live forever. I loved Curry Man. Almost as much as I love El Dandy. The highest of high flyers. Keen, one of these days, maybe like when Fonzie's here, I want you guys to share that story from Wisconsin. I think that'd be a good story to tell on the podcast. I was talking about it with John earlier. It's such a good story. Again, I want Fonzie and Keaton to both sit down and tell it because I think it would be really funny. We still haven't got out of the first hour of Raw yet. They've had a lot happen in hour one. This was a pretty tightly knit hour one. I'm hoping the same can be said for hour two. Keen, dude just snatched my items. That is probably the most unenthusiastic way to describe that. Inbound that he had a long day. Yeah. Inbound the chat watching the NBA finals later this week. Any predictions on the finals? Yes, you have a prediction what for the finals? I know Mike watches basketball. I'm curious who Mike thinks wins. If you've watched any of these streams, it should become as no surprise who I think is going to win. Poppy Luka will cement his place as the best player in the league. If the Celtics don't beat the Mavs, I'll disown you. Look. This would be the most talented Celtics team to never win the championship. They should win. By all accounts, Boston is the better team. The Mavericks might have the best player in the series, but I think the better team is Boston. I'm still waiting for Jason Tatum to show up in a playoff series. The finals would be a great time. Perfect time, really. And you make a match. Ask him to make a match between you and Strowman. And you take care of that situation. Do that tonight. Our truth. Keaton in the playoffs is a crazy statement. He crashed in the Warriors series, but other than that, he's consistent. He's consistent, but like he's yet to take over a game in this playoff this year. Like there has not been like a game where I felt like, damn, if it wasn't for Jason Tatum, we wouldn't have won that game. That's what concerns me. But no, he did really good last year. But I know like this year, like the team is much better around him, so maybe he doesn't need to put up as many points. He doesn't need as much to contribute. Craig, what about the Stanley Cup Finals between Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers? If Colin was here, Colin would have all of the hockey analysis you could ask for. Unfortunately, if you added up the amount of time I have watched hockey in my life, it would not make a fucking TikTok video. I I have nothing against hockey. I have just never really sat down to give it a fair shake. Nothing against it. The very little, and I do mean little, I have seen of hockey, I was impressed. I did enjoy it. Keaton, this is a tough matchup for both teams. I will say they match up really well. I I want to say the X factor in the series for the Celtics is going to be either Derek White or Drew Holiday. I think Jaylen Brown's going to have a really good series, but also JT did not need to take over this year in the playoffs. All they did was beat injured teams, which is not me knocking them. You got to play who's in front of you. Yeah, the East, it's weird because if everybody was at full strength, this looks a lot different. Like Milwaukee was completely ravaged by injuries. I live in Indiana. I like the Celtic or the Pacers and the Celtics, but respectfully, there is no way the Pacers should have won that series. Yeah, PJ Washington is going to be a scary player to deal with in that series. I want to say Boston in 6. There's been one thorn in my side, and that is Chad Gable. Chad, you tried to make this about everyone and everything else. You said it was about Gunther, it was about family, it's about the Alpha Academy. The truth is, this is about you and me. If Boston wins, it is in 6, and if Dallas does, it's in 6/7. I'm relieved Boston is the 1 seed because I think if it would have been the other way around, I don't know if they take 4 games in Dallas. I don't. Or I don't know if they're going to get enough games in Dallas to win. But Boston at home is not always a lock. They have dropped out of 3 rounds. They have dropped 2 game 2s. Dallas is 0-2 this year against Boston. Where were the games? Was it 1-1? Master Gable? You really think you could turn my students against me? Ha ha. Sammy, you are living proof that my teachings can take a pathetic excuse of a human being and make them a champion. Without my help, this ring would be filled with a failure. Gable's contract is up Friday. Woo! So, what do you think? Gable for sure stays in WWE, right? Like, is AEW really interested in Gable? Like, is there high interest? Chad Gable. If that's what it's going to take to put an end to this, tell him he's got it. I will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable on Clash of the Castle. Okay. Let's see, Brian versus Gable, but I think ultimately he stays. Yeah, I don't know if you're comparing of the talent coming up. Becky's already a free agent. Gable Friday, Ricochet soon. If AEW is going to go all in for Becky, no pun intended, I think they're going to need every ounce of money that they can muster to throw the Brinks truck at Becky to sway her. I do think it's very, very high that she goes to AEW. I'm not dismissing at all that she is an automatic lock to go to stay in WWE. My guess for people leaving show up in AEW is Ricochet. She Keaton, she is not leaving. Yeah, I think Ricochet. But the crazy thing, like Ricochet recently has been getting a lot of TV time. He's had a pretty good push. I think Becky and Gable will stay with WWE. I could see that. Gable kind of looks like a miniature MJF. Like Ricochet is 50-50 because of Samantha. Well, that's a pretty good bargaining chip. Tozawa with one arm. You may be right about TV time, but he sure does like to wrestle, and he's going to go. He's going to be able to do a lot of that. And then I think Becky chills out and does mom stuff. I could see that. God, that pop for Otis. If he hits Chad, that dude's going to be a monster, baby. Oh, damn it. They gave it to Sammy. Never mind. Where are them Creed bros? I don't want to heel Otis. Otis is literally carrying the team. chucks the belt on top of him. I don't know about like when WWE turns people heel, like there's like some magic to that. Oh, dude, it's Mike's favorite wrestler. They are going to turn him into a Scott Steiner, though. So is he going to win the Money in the Bank, Mike? Heel Otis. Big Braun Breaker is your hookup. Holla if you hear him. That is Mike's favorite wrestler, only second to Kane. Oh, he's going to squash Ricochet. This is unfortunate. This match is going to look like a speed match. Braun Breaker would be an awesome Money in the Bank winner. I think he's going to win Money in the Bank. I could see it being him, and I could see it being Tiffany Stratton as the female winner. I need Ricochet versus Ospreay sooner than later. Well, the big thing will be if Ricochet has a 90-day no-compete clause, which I don't know. Ricochet don't have to worry about his contract. He's going to be in rehab for his injuries. So random, because we always end up talking about food at some point during this stream, and today will be no different. So I tried. I bought some Greek yogurt, like frozen Greek yogurt bars. I think they're called Yasso, Yasso. I got the vanilla caramel. They're actually pretty damn good. God damn it, Scott, break the streak. I can't. They got all these food commercials. I'm not kidding. I got off work at 7. I got here about a quarter after 7. I made rice and I had some bison meat. I had that for dinner, and then I had those the yasso for dessert. But they're so good. There's a YouTuber that was recommending them, and he was right. Those are delicious. Taco Bell is a Cheez-It Crunch Wrap? And then Dan, 90-day no-compete clause, only if they get released. If contract is done, I believe they can say. Yeah, because that's what happened, I think, with Bryan Danielson, is his contract was up, so he was able just to zip on over. I need to try that Cheez-It Taco Bell Crunch Wrap. Mike, was it good? Did you get it? Same with Edge. It's worth trying for sure. Is it spicy? Like, is it mild? What's the flavor to it? No hotter than a normal Crunch Wrap. That works for me. I'm so proud of you. You're a number one guy. You always were. And a clash in the castle. As a team, we finally going to accomplish our goal. And fine. Keep it up for us. We are going to win fine. Thank you. So, safe to say, Clash at the Castle, Alpha Academy turns their backs on him. And then the next Monday, Creed Brothers annihilate Otis and Tozawa. I really hope he doesn't. No, that's a spear. I really hope he doesn't squash Ricochet. Was Otis better utilized under Vince? Oh, shoot. I don't know, because it was kind of a 50-50. He got that really big storyline with Mandy, Dolph, and Sonya, which I thought was really cool. He got the Money in the Bank win, but they kind of did him dirty after the Money in the Bank win. I think he dropped it to Miz. But I don't know. I would say he's been better booked after Vince, to be honest. Like, he got a lot of time with Alpha Academy, and we don't really know yet how the breakup is going to pan out. I would imagine they're going to be, if it's the Creed brothers, they're going to get fed to the Creed brothers. Just, there's no real goals to put Tozawa in anything prominent. Right there was with Mandy there, and now with Maxine. So is it safe to say, like, Ricochet's the most physically gifted, like, athletic wrestler, right? Like, the ever in history. Maybe like 90s Rey Mysterio. They need to bring back 24/7 belt. We need Ninja Tozawa back. Good fun. They're going to have to scrape Ricochet up off the mat. Go! Repeat what? The Ninja Tozawa back? I don't know if I ever want to see the 24/7 title come back. So, do you think Ricochet is the most athletic wrestler we have ever seen in professional wrestling? I'm talking all time. I think like 90s Rey Mysterio would be in that conversation, but I don't know if Rey was capable of doing what Ricochet does. By God, where are the medics? He just broke him in half. That was a brutal clothesline. He's not. No. Who would you have? Who would be your most athletic? I think Ricochet is. You got to see his Dragon Gate stuff. Full disclosure, I have not seen any of his Dragon Gate stuff. I really don't know like who you would put above Ricochet, like as most athletic. So we're about at the halfway point for Raw. And according to the QR code, which was decoded by Mike first, and then Keaton with a very close second decoding, the code is "See you tonight." So, and we have not seen Jey Uso. I'm excited to see what direction. We've seen Braun Strowman already. Mike, the Juice was pretty athletic back in the day. Yeah, Hoovy was really athletic. Mike, I just farted point blank range into my son's face. That poor kid. Samantha's face. That's great. El Dandy was pretty gifted. I would never doubt him. 100%. Nobody should doubt El Dandy. Whatever Hall of Fames are out there, El Dandy needs to be in all of them. He is the high flyer of the highest magnitude. He's a technical technician. Speaking of El Dandy, where the hell is Chase? A jam up guy, some would say. And oh, is this the best Braun Breaker match we've had? RVD was pretty athletic in ECW. Yeah, RVD. I would like to have seen prime RVD and Ricochet right now. I think that would be an outstanding match. Also, Two Court Scorpio was pretty athletic too. Okay, he's up there, but I think you're onto something with Ray. But Kenny will amazing red Kurt. I don't know. Athletic is such a broad word. You could say Keith Lee, for example. He's probably the most athletic Ricochet. High flyers for sure. I didn't mean to make it seem like, oh, no, you're good. That was a Frankensteiner. That's it. Yeah, Kurt. Shoot, yeah, I forgot about Kurt. Athletic just caught me off guard. Also, Styles, AJ Styles, I would put in that as well. And Shelton. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Is Ricochet more. Okay. Is Ricochet more athletic than Shelton Benjamin? Doesn't take much to catch him off guard. He sounds so much like Scott Steiner. Fun fact, Zelina Vega was in TNA. So from who is in WWE, when it comes time, um, who should be Ray's last match? was with Sarah Stock in a tag team. That TNA thing, that still gets me. Ray's last match should be with Dom. I think that'd be the poetic way to do it. Because I really can't think of anybody in WWE right now outside of Dom for Ray's final match. Top 3 appetizers of all time. Woo. Mozzarella sticks, fried pickles, and probably buffalo shrimp. What are you saying, Mike? Nightbird, prepare. Keaton saying chips and salsa. Other opponents to Ray are going to be hurt or dead. Batista, Cena, Punk, Eddie. Oh, that's sad. Dan, what are your top 3 appetizers? Guys, in the comments, let's hear it. Top 3 appetizers. I went with mozzarella sticks, fried pickles, and then buffalo shrimp. Keaton with the Moz sticks. Those are good. Loaded tots. Okay. It's weird because those don't get offered at a whole lot of places. Chris, potato skins, jalapeno poppers, fried pickles. Forgot about poppers. Dan, nachos, mozzarella stick, potato skins, runner-up, bloom, and onion. Bloom is good. Mike, nachos, fried pickles, and pretzel bites with pub cheese. That is it's a really good diversity here. I do like the pretzel bites with pub cheese. There's a restaurant here in Lafayette called Legacy Pub. They have very, very good pretzel bites and beer cheese. However, one restaurant that has all of those is our sponsor, Big League Sports Bar and Grill, which is a sponsor for Every Child Wins. They've got an amazing menu. Do you guys count buffalo wings, chicken wings as appetizers, or is that more of an entree? Wings are a main course for me, brother. Is that where the after party venue? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's where we're doing the other thing too. Wings are, yeah, I think wings are a main, especially the amount of wings that I'll eat in a sitting. There's no way that's an appetizer. There's no way that's an appetizer. There's no way that what's an appetizer. Her contract's coming up too, Natalia's. You said it about wings, you squirrel. Dan, Nadia's down low wrestling crush. She looks great. Phenomenal. Oh yeah, dude, the wings, like those ain't no appetizer. Did she just call Natalia the boat? What the hell is the boat? Who has an OnlyFans? What are we talking about here in the chat? How do we go from chicken wings to OnlyFans? Best of all time. Just say greatest. Jenny Neidhart has OnlyFans. Boat. This is kind of like the Wish version of Sasha Banks. Have you guys watched well, no, I asked what it meant. I didn't know. Like I was uninformed. Have you guys seen Natalia's chain wrestling on Instagram? Good Lord. I might take it easy on the boss. It's been a long, it feels like it's been a long week, but it's only Monday. Natalia's like the Ben Simmons, great footage off the court. Woo! I miss Raquel. He said classic, not vintage. Who were our first wrestling crushes? Stacy Keibler. That was my first. I think all of like we're on the same age group. Like Sunny is probably in the conversation. Do you think Natty leaves when her contract is up? Her hubby TJ Wilson is a producer agent with WWE. I don't know. Like I hope Natty stays. Like she's pretty underappreciated. Dre, Missy Hyatt was his first crush. I think you and JR probably as well. Dan, I'm old. Dan, who was it? Sherry or Moolah? Mike, Natty is a lifer. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you're in the chat here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share the stream. Sharing is always caring. Craig, Tori Wilson, and Sable. Keaton, Jesus, dude. It was not Dan, Miss Elizabeth, Michael. Whoo, Linda. Dan, first crush, Miss Elizabeth. My, kidding me? Linda? Oh my God. Wheelchair Linda was a baddie? Oh God. That fucking got me. Wheelchair Linda. She just had a way with words. She had a way with words. Karrion Kross still has a job. Craig, Tori Wilson. God, that fucking Linda McMahon comment. Dan, Tori, Stacy, Trish, Lita during my college and 20s. Mike, who's better in ring, Karrion Kross or Shawn Spears? Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears. I would also accept Zach Gowen as an acceptable answer. Kross just... I would say the only reason he still has the gig is because of Scarlett, but... Tori's my all-time crush. Now she is a good friend. I will double down on that. When you call Dan and Dan does not answer his phone, Tori Wilson will pick up. She's his voicemail. Mike, last time they let him go, Scarlett stayed for a little while. I don't know what it is with Karrion Kross. I honestly don't. Because I know like they have tried. WWE has tried mightily over the years to make Karrion Kross, well, watchable would be a great way to put that. Dre, Mariah May is my wife now. Nia Jax is my ex-wife. You finally moved off of liking Nia Jax? Dan, Cross just needs to stay in NXT. Mike, I think Triple H sees himself in Karrion. They dress the same. That's about the end of the comparisons. You know what's crazy though? Like, I mean, sad too. Like, Hunter's never getting a final match. Chris, Scarlett Bordeaux. I got the chance. I met Scarlett at a Heroes and Legends in Fort Wayne. Right before it was right before Scarlett signed to WWE the first time. Because we were wondering if she was still going to make the signing, but she did show up. Was tremendous to meet in person. Dan, I do miss Alexa though. Yeah, well, I mean, if that QR code's right, you might see her this evening. Within the next like hour and 10 minutes. Oh, there's Natty. Nice Owen reference.
We invited them. Duh. Agreed. We're not showing them the real top teams of WWE. Okay, but just don't do anything rash. The more respect to demand from everyone, the less, yeah, does that make sense? You know, I'm starting to think that you're the only one around here that doesn't respect us, actually. Leave us alone. You can't be annoying. Sonia is going to try to work things in her favor for sure.
I want to think like this would be a spot where we would get the Wyatts 6, just because Braun's out there. I do kind of miss Carlito not having the apple. Right across the chest. Oh, here comes Judgment Day. And there goes Judgment Day. Big double clothesline out of Braun. Oh! Run, Dom. Oh! He's coming out to protect her boy. Dear God. Where the hell's Ray? Creed brothers and Gabe. I do like the little like nods like on the backstage segments where you see like a little bit a further developmental of storytelling.
Here's your wireless contract.
So if we don't see, I I don't think the Wyatt Six are going to pop up in the main event though. Like, are they going to directly start feuding with Judgment Day if they interfere?
Meet my boyfriend, Jake.
What's up, everyone? Flowers. I study botany.
Resting daffodils, plants too.
Perhaps some fooders.
supporting more touch therapy dogs to make a difference in the lives of more kids like me. Freedom Cares here.
Maybe watch Six appear at the Raw after talk after Monday Night Raw goes off the air. Oh, I hope not. I'd like to see him. NXT is going to be big this Wednesday. Then Battleground Sunday. I haven't seen if TNA did anything to hype the Jordan Grace match. I do like the entrance for Jade. I like the entrance. DDP is helping Lex Luger to walk again. If he makes Lex walk, that'll be that might be the biggest miracle he's ever accomplished. Craig, where'd you hear the story about DDP and Lex? Could the Lex Express again? I don't know, Mike. I don't know.
Bianca and Jay. I'm actually shocked that they came. I don't even remember the last time that those titles were on Raw. Do you? No, not at all. In fact, the two of us thought that you two were trying to, duck and dodge. Duck and dodge? Girl, ain't nobody scared of y'all because y'all came for us. But maybe if you had the titles, then you could be right here on Raw. Maybe if you had the titles. Listen, you should be scared of us. Because as soon as we finally get our title match, we're going to take those championships, send you packing back to SmackDown, where you can continue to dodge us, the top team in WWE.
They are the number one
So
contender.
why wait? I mean, since they're so confident, why don't we give these people what they want? Right here, right now.
Oh, you got it. You're on. Ladies. Hold on a second.
Oh, here comes Killjoy Adam Pierce.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page because I normally wouldn't just put the titles on the line on the fly, but it sounds like you four won this match.
Very perceptive, Adam.
Hershey, do you want this match? Well, hell, who am I to stand in the way? Give me a referee out here because, good, you're here. We're going to have this match. We're going to have this match right now, and the women's tag team titles are on the line. And that is official. Holla, holla. Thank goodness, official Eddie Rango is nearby. Comes out here to officiate this tag team championship match. Impromptu. Number one contenders basically start against the tag champs, Belair and Cargill. And
There we go.
Here this matchup tonight. On Monday, this is the Saturday night lead up the match. Pat, we mentioned NXT Battleground is coming Sunday in Las Vegas. Shayna Baszler will be a part. She battles at NXT Underground against Lola Price this coming Sunday. She will have her hands full.
I wonder what the buy rate's going to be for that NXT Battleground as well. Well, not buy rate, but viewership, rather.
People are going to respect him and knock off Bianca and really tag herself in Jade Cargill tonight. Absolutely. You know, champion. It's Leon Marquis. It's like Jade Cargill has been since she joined the WWE. Power of Cargill tag made out of Bianca Belair. Topic conversation. Now, the
Oh, that's a cool tag team move.
kick out at two. Shane and Zoe walked out here so confident. I have no idea how. When you look at Bianca and Jade Cargill.
I'm the only one that never liked Shayna. I'm right there with you. I was never a big Shayna fan. Ridiculously powerful.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Talk about powerful.
Stereo suplexes.
The biggest event in the world is coming. The Olympic Games in Paris. But first, the best American athletes have to make Team USA. Nobody is better in the world.
Dre, when does Jade turn on Blair? I think they're pretty dead set on this being a WrestleMania match. So maybe you see dissension around Survivor Series. I would think for sure the Rumble. Maybe, like I don't know if they're going to keep the titles all the way until then. There's really not a whole lot of tag teams for them to go with. So I would say by the Rumble. But I know that WWE is trying to protect that for WrestleMania at all costs.
All these is that other burger joints have. Playtime is over. The meat professionals will take it from here. All these, we have the meats.
Get your grills out this summer with Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out. I got this $1,000 camera.
When do you guys think the turn happens, though? When do you guys think Jade turns on Belair, or when does Belair turn on Jade? Let's try that.
And shipping is always free. Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
I wanted to improve my credit score as quickly as possible. Borrowing from the start was incredibly simple. The interest rates were incredibly attractive. Going through the process took just a couple of minutes. The approval process was basically instantaneous, and I got the money within a few days. Paying off those credit cards meant a lot. It felt empowering to have control over my own credit destiny. It couldn't be a simpler process for paying off a credit card.
Think the turn happens after Rumble when Jade throws out. Oh, okay. Jade throws out Bianca, final 2 of Rumble. I could see that, though. I feel that'd be a good way to get into it, instead of the like the partners that always are at odds. That was cool. Big spine buster.
Then outside the ring, so he sparked up. Lock Belair. So he's begging for Shayna. Tag made.
Oh, Jesus.
Covered. The winner tag. Belair kicks it to an air fall. No, he actually called for that. Shayna, get in there and do the knee. I think that's all it takes. Tag made, now he's going. Only got two. Double team coming. They're going to try to horse field. Beyond dropping a backdrop.
That was an odd exchange.
Shayna out of the way. Walking into the step. On Jago and Shayna sidestep. Quickness from Shayna. Bianca, check out her Walker. Roll up by Stark to win the women's tag titles. Kick out at 2. Thanks for coming, Joey. KOD! Wait a minute! Alba Fire and Alba Dawn!
Maybe let's get a weird camera angle for like this. There we go.
This matchup won't have a conclusion because of Fire and Dawn and now Baszler gets involved. Triple team and Cargill here comes Belair to a partner's aid. Rowan. Now the tag champs are being beat down in a 4-on-2 situation. This is disgusting. A tag team title match. And
Well, that's one way to end it.
Fire and Dawn ruin the matchup tonight.
I'm here with World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. And Damian, the Judgment Day has had quite a bit of success tonight. How do you plan on capitalizing on that in your match against Rey Mysterio?
The Judgment Day has had success tonight. You're right. It feels good. It feels right. Now, as far as Rey Mysterio goes, man, that guy's going to throw in our side for a minute. So tonight,
Minute, 3 years.
respected his fight, his willingness to not quit. I got to close the door on this issue. So tonight, I'm done with Dominic's father.
Well, speaking of Dominic, I would be a bad journalist if I didn't bring up Liv Morgan and everything that's been going on.
Easy with that Liv stuff. I think we're, well, of course. You see I was a world champ. Every day's a happy day. I was your life.
Please, God, let Drew take that title. Please.
Sure. This is it. When you're prime, this is as high in this industry as Damian Priest is ever going to reach. So live it up. I wanted to help you, man. I really did. I believe in you. I want to make this personal. That's personal. The senior person.
Clash at the Castle. We're about 45 minutes left with Raw and still no appearance by the Wyatt Six yet. Also, no Jey Uso either. This is my first Raw since 2008. Are you serious? So is the babyface who is the heel between Drew and Priest? I don't really think there is a babyface in this scenario, like a true one. I mean, where they do Clash at the Castle, Drew is going to be massively a baby. Like, Like full 3 hours. Shit's ass. I want to wrestle. Hey, it's Chase. What's going on, brother? Wyatt 6 is supposed to debut tonight. We're past 10. The kids should be in bed. Well. PG-13 hour now. Well, indeed, Chase. Just a reminder, guys, for all those new people popping in, please leave a quick like, subscribe if you have not, throw some comments in here, and share the stream so we get into the last under 45 minutes of Raw. Damn, well, good night then, Keaton. How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we went with streaming directly on YouTube instead of StreamYard just because of the issue that StreamYard has been having with drops. Thankfully, directly on YouTube, it's been a lot safer. Chase, you missed it earlier. What top 3 appetizers? What's your top 3 appetizers? Dude, where's the wrestling? You said there was wrestling. In the next 45 minutes, we might get like 15. Chase, you missed it earlier. Linda McMahon. May. You missed some wild conversations earlier, Chase. Here's Jay. This is the most over man that just does not win. Jay definitely more over than Jimmy. Jay is super over than the bell rings.
Check it out though. The boy still got big plans this year for himself, right? Last summer was last year's Money in the Bank. We had the Bloodline Civil War. Y'all remember that? Yeah, that was tough on the boy for real. I lost my brothers. I lost my cousin. I lost my family though. Real talk though, I stayed in the fight though because I knew one day moves I could possibly fight on my own.
Just not win on his own.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I wasn't just a right-hand man to anybody. That one day Uso, I could finally be main event Jey Uso now. So with that being said though, I want to take this time to thank every single one of y'all for being with me on my own journey. That's what I'm saying, Uso. Little Uso out here, hey, but man, y'all been rocking with me, being with me. It's time for me to deliver for y'all one time. I got one more plan in the summer. Y'all want to hear it? I said y'all want to hear it. I'm going to climb to the ladder. Climb to the top of the ladder. Snatch that briefcase. And become Mr. Money in the Bank. Jey Uso makes it very clear. Money in the bank.
I'm mad that Dad didn't put the glasses on.
Love everything about that.
I'm here with Lyra Valkyria. Lyra, you are arguably the closest woman to Becky Lynch in the locker room currently. How do you think she's coping with everything after last week? I mean, she's important. But I know Becky. Becky's at her best when people think they have her beat. And she'll take that loss, and she'll come back around, and use to make herself better. Because that's how winning is done. Real winning. Something Liv Morgan knows something about. So if you ask me, I would like to watch her as women's world champion for very long to talk. Well, Becky has been an invaluable mentor to you since coming to Raw. She's helped you beat 3 members of Damage Control. She's helped you advance to the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. How do you feel like you'll move forward without her here?
They've done a lot of interviews on this episode of Raw.
Keep doing that. And my next goal, after listening to Jey Uso, is money in the bank. I will do anything.
How'd you feel about AJ fake retirement? It was second best to Mark Henry's. Like that segment was like a carbon copy of Mark Henry and John Cena. I kind of liked it the first time I saw it. Well, how'd you guys feel about it? Two hours down. What if I miss? Where are fancy graphics? Well, this is being streamed through YouTube because StreamYard has issues dropping. 2 hours. Let's see. Liv and Dom she grinded on Dom in the ring, kind of felt him up. That was probably the big highlight. Braun Breaker had probably the best match Braun Breaker's had with Ricochet. Jay just declared his eligibility for Money in the Bank. Mike, I felt it was too recent to redo it. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why would you take? That was almost like frame by frame. He almost wore the same color suit. The best retirement talking promo was NWO Arn Anderson spoof. That was pretty funny. Arn didn't find it funny, but it was funny. James, live sex celebration win. No, it wasn't one of that. Like it was. She did caress Dom, and then she did come to his aid when Braun Strowman was about to stomp him out. I like that we're building towards Dom eventually picking Liv, and then Liv just dumping him after she gets what she wants. Mike, like I get what's old is new again, but too soon. Yeah, like I didn't like how that segment went because it felt really, really predictable. Like as soon as Gallows and Anderson came out, and then Cody came out, I was like, yeah, Cody's gonna get the hell beat out of him. I just think there would have been a different way to get AJ back into a title match or title picture. Liv is single now. She wants some Latino heat. It's going to be Finn and JD who break things apart. They're the moles within Judgment Day. I think once Rhea gets back, she's going to put a generation gap in the Mysterio family. Rhea should replace Dom with disgruntled Andrade. What if she replaces him with Ray? What if Rhea likes older guys? And again, reminder, guys, for those just popping in here, make sure to take a quick second to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Andrade needs Zelina back. I'd be happy if they just completely busted up the LWO entirely. That would be great. I just really don't know what the end game is for the LWO. They might be the most lackluster faction in WWE. Even the categories. Bob, we need to get you a t-shirt for the channel. Dom is sadly innocent in all of this. Finn and JD have been in the background while talking to Liv. Also, the photo shoot and the bandanas. Dom and Ray will feud forever. It feels like it. It doesn't feel like this is stopping anytime soon. Worst faction is Final Testament. Okay, you got me. Fair point. That's true. Everybody's saying the little peak of bandana in Liv's pocket was Dom's. However, ever since that shoot, JD has been missing his bandana. That's an interesting point. Oh, yeah. The biggest thing that you've missed, the latest QR code from the Wyatt 6 was revealed to say, "We'll see you tonight." So allegedly, we're going to see the Wyatt 6 tonight, but we'll see. We got about 29 minutes left to see that happen. Mike, are you looking for dudes bandanas, dude? Xavier Woods is the Marty Jannetty of that group. Also, even before Finn joined, JD was teaming with AJ to face them. And who else did Finn team with? Liv. Even going as far to call her a sister and would have thrown up the too sweet with he and AJ. And if we know anything about the Bullet Club, they're for life. It's interesting. It's compelling. We'll see what happens if they boot mommy out. So Cody and AJ are the Hogan and Nash of the era. This has been a long con for Finn to destroy Judgment Day. It's all coming to fruition now. Can I feed my dog? I don't know if you can feed a dog popcorn. Oh shit, not Google. I don't think you can feed a dog popcorn. I could be wrong. Yes, as long as it's fully popped. How much butter?
Sheena and Zoe, number one contenders because of their ability, but would never beat us. And Clash at the Castle in Scotland with no sign of Island Albert. Well, that just does not sit right with us. So we're not going to wait around for chances. We're going to take them. And oh, Bianca and Jade, you look so pretty with your little titles, but those good looks are about to fade. Well, Cole, as I toss it back to you, it looks like Alba and Isla taking matters into their own hands.
Herbally infused butter.
How physical is this going to be? Ron Breaker. Rocking off.
Do you think the feud between Final Testament and New Day will result in a possible Big E return for one final match in the next few months? Oh, I mean that's possible. I like that. I like that. Also, so this is the presumed main event at 2. So there's 24 minutes left. I think we might be getting Wyatt 6. I think that we might actually, this might be real. I would love for Big E to get that one final match. And in a 6-man, like that'd be a great way to do it. He doesn't have to take a lot of bumps. He can be preserved. He could come in, hit like one big move. What's the final segment? If they're bringing out Damien and Mysterio right now, and there's 23 minutes left. And they're taking another commercial. Damn, maybe Wyatt 6 are going to go after the belt. Big E powerbomb on Cross for the win. I'd like to see that. I would. Maybe they're going to eat Ray. There's not a segment that I can remember. There's nothing coming on match-wise after after Ray and Damien. So this might be happening with Wyatt 6 tonight. Mike. Ray should recreate the Filthy Animals with Dom and Ricochet. Hell yes. I like the Filthy Animals. I thought that was a really, for the time that we got it, that was a great faction. Eddie was in, I think, the Filthy Animals for a very short period before his release. I need Unmasked Ray getting all freaky walking to the ring. Takes his mask off, reveals he's 14 years old with devil horn. Eddie was gone by the time Filthy Animals was a thing. I could have sworn Ray lost the mask, I thought, while Eddie was still there. Maybe we get JD coming out 4-on-1, Strowman comes out, and then we get Wyatt 6.
One and done.
Why was Strowman wearing Matt Hardy's pants? He might have forgot them. They didn't clear customs or something. Filthy Animals was Eddie, Ray, Billy Kidman, and Conan. Just because he ate him. Before we get to the main event, guys, real quick, who's winning between Roxanne and Jordynne Grace? And how is the match ending? Conan really put bald dudes on the map. He did. We are forever indebted to Conan's sacrifices. They really did give the wrong member, or they gave the wrong person at WrestleMania the short title reign. Roxanne wins clean, I think. I think it'll be a good 50-50 match. There's a lot of interesting, like, little things with this. Jordynne Grace is listed as an NXT wrestler on the website. That's weird. I have a hard time seeing WWE letting somebody come in and pin one of their champions. It is developmental, but then again, I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Jordynne Grace gets the win. I'm gonna say they do the impossible. Conan, Ray, Eddie surprised me. Hoovy, Disco, Tori Wilson, and Tigress. Disco in general is just... I didn't mind him. I didn't think he was that bad. I've never listened to any of his takes outside of wrestling. I know he's controversial on some topics, to say the least. God damn, the filthy animals were letting anyone in. Mike of the Filthy Animals, who was your least favorite? There is no way this match is going 16 fucking minutes. Oh, my brother Saul Nash and Disco Inferno in the Wolfpack. I mean, as I knew the Filthy Animals, I'd probably say Conan, but he was less active by the time. Hey, what's going on, John? Welcome in. Remember, guys, please take a second, hit that like button. Helps out a great deal. Share the stream. We're coming in the final 15 of Monday Night Raw. Eddie just had the shortest tenure with the group, just behind Disco. Not much, John. Hopefully you're doing good out there. The only thing with the Wyatt thing, though, tonight, like, it would be cool if the Six helped Ray win. I just as cloudy as this title picture is, I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't think that would be cool at all, James. That's the opposite of what we would want. At least what I would want. Also, out of curiosity, how would you guys feel about if we did anything with Jinder Mahal? Like any bookings, interview, something along those lines? I think I know Mike's response. I do want to ask, what would... Because it is a possibility. Keen, are you a Jinder fan? I legitimately would not have guessed that. Mike, he'd be cool for some interviews and such. You don't want to do a signing with Jinder, Mike? You just want to ask him about Hook? This should be the last commercial break, though. Raw runs.
Contract?
Those were hard days. But with that tip. Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
I'm really thinking about one of those Greek yogurt bars right about now. That sounds really good. That caramel one's calling my name. I do like the Bam Bam Bigelow theme tights on Priest. God, Jesus. That was a hell of a forearm. For those popping in, the QR code earlier from the Wyatt 6 revealed to say, "We'll see you tonight." And we have less than 9 minutes, or less than 10 minutes now. Serious question. How do you feel about WWE loosening up on the banded moves and such? I feel there's some moves that you probably, I don't care how good you are, there's still a high probability something could go horribly wrong. Like the pile driver for one, there's a lot of room for error in that. A good move for weight loss if you're trying to eat more non-fat Greek yogurt is mix in the sugar-free Jello pudding packs for. Really? I had never thought of that. That's a damn good tip, Mike. Cody busting out the vertebraker. That's a dangerous move, man. Like, lot can go wrong. It's cool to see him as long as nobody gets hurt. I mean, AJ Styles has been in WWE this long. I don't think he's done the spiral tap. To my knowledge, I don't think he's ever hit it. I don't watch the Saudi show, so that's probably why I didn't see it. So, Mike, back on that Greek yogurt thing. So you take the Greek yogurt and then just mix the pudding and yogurt together. What flavor combinations have you tried? Undertaker on Tombstone, I always think is clear. I will tell you one match where that Tombstone was not clear. Go back and watch WrestleMania 14. That third one he gave Kane, that was interesting. No, that Tombstone, that third one that he gives Kane at WrestleMania 14. Damn, that was rough. Hit the spiral a couple times, bigger shows, one of those oh my god moments. Yeah, like the flavor packs from the box pudding. If you love banana like me, then that's a go-to, but chocolate is good too. I need to try that. I've pretty much eliminated a lot of milk products out of my diet. Like there's very little milk that I actually I have in my diet now. Do you try, Mike? Do you eat the flavored Greek yogurt, like the Dan Oikos? I know yogurt can be pretty fucking bland. That's a good way to make it tolerable. If I was playing Undertaker Jeopardy, I would have went all in, guys. Never injured anyone. I don't think Taker ever injured anybody. He did. I don't think he injured Kane. But I'm just saying, like that third Tombstone, like that, it was very difficult for that late in the match for him to hit a third Tombstone on somebody the size and the weight of Kane. If you listen to Hulk Hogan, apparently the first Tombstone he did hurt Hogan. I on the Greek yogurt, I kind of like. I've grown accustomed to the taste, but that pudding idea does really intrigue me. Coco Tombstone on the debut. I don't believe the Hulkster on that, so I don't even count it. A lot of people don't believe Hulk Hogan on a lot of things. Hogan complained Taker hurt him when he tombstoned him on the chair. He said, "You got me, brother." But it was like a foot off the chair. Yeah? That's probably at least that much space. Are we going to see it? We only got a few minutes. South of Heaven? We need to press up my brother's shirts. I don't think we're getting the Wyatt 6. I hate that 7-second delay. Drew does feel like the baby here. No Dominic, though. All right, guys. That's going to do it for this stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. And everybody out there, have a great night. And we will see you later on.